Down in the deep ocean, in the crushing black of the trenches, creatures face a problem we rarely think about on the sunlit surface. How do you find your way in the dark? With no light, no landmarks, no visible path, navigation becomes one of the hardest challenges in nature. The deep-sea creatures we usually explore on this channel have evolved extraordinary solutions, sensing electrical fields, feeling pressure waves, glowing with their own light. Because in darkness, the animal that can orient itself, that can hold a course when there's nothing to see, has a profound advantage over the one that wanders lost. But today, we're surfacing from the trenches to follow that same theme, navigating in darkness, to a creature that solves it in the most jaw-dropping way of all. It doesn't live in the deep sea, it lives on land, and it's small enough to sit on your fingertip. Yet when night falls and the darkness comes, this tiny creature does something no deep-sea animal, and almost nothing else on Earth, can do. It looks up and it navigates by the light of the entire Milky Way galaxy. It's the dung beetle. And its solution to the darkness is so astonishing it reshaped how scientists think about navigation itself. This is the Trench Report. Let's follow the light. First, let's frame the challenge, because it's the same fundamental problem our deep-sea creatures face, just under a different kind of darkness. Whether you're in the black depths of the ocean or on a moonless plain at night, the core problem of darkness navigation is identical. How do you hold a straight, purposeful course when you can't see where you're going? Drift, veer, or circle, and you're lost, or worse, you end up back where you started, in danger. For the dung beetle, this is life or death. These beetles feed on animal dung, and when a fresh source appears, it triggers a frantic, crowded competition. To survive, a beetle must quickly form a ball of dung and roll it away from the chaos, in a dead straight line, to eat it in peace. Roll crooked and it circles right back into the mob, where its prize gets stolen. So the beetle faces exactly the challenge our deep-sea subjects face: maintain a perfectly straight heading in darkness with no landmarks. And its answer reaches farther, literally, than any other navigator on Earth. Now, the astonishing solution, because when scientists uncovered it, they could hardly believe it. Researchers noticed these beetles could roll in perfectly straight lines even on moonless nights, when there seemed to be no light to guide them. So they investigated, eventually bringing beetles into a planetarium where they could control precisely which stars were visible. And what they found rewrote the textbooks. The beetles were navigating by the Milky Way, the glowing band of our galaxy's combined starlight, stretched across the night sky. When the beetles could see that band of galactic light, they rolled straight and true. When it was hidden, they lost their way, circling and struggling. The conclusion was undeniable. The dung beetle uses the light of the entire galaxy as a compass line to hold its course in the dark. This made the humble dung beetle the first animal ever scientifically shown to navigate using the Milky Way. Consider the sheer scale of that achievement. Our deep-sea creatures navigate using cues from their immediate surroundings: pressure, electricity, chemistry, all local, all near. This tiny beetle reaches out to the grandest possible reference point in existence, the light of 100 billion stars, our whole galaxy seen edge on, and uses it to steer. From the smallest creature to the largest structure in the sky, it's arguably the most epic navigation feat in all of nature. And here's a beautiful detail. Before rolling, the beetle often climbs on top of its ball and performs a little rotating dance, turning in place. Scientists believe it's taking a reading of the sky, calibrating its internal compass against the galactic light before setting its course. A creature with a brain smaller than a grain of rice, pausing to take a celestial bearing off the Milky Way. It's humbling. Let's place this in the bigger picture of how life conquers darkness, because that's the heart of what this channel explores. Across nature, in the deep sea and on the dark land alike, the creatures that thrive in darkness are the ones that found a reference point, something reliable to orient against when vision fails. Deep-sea animals turned inward and local, reading the subtle physical signals of the water around them. The dung beetle turned outward and cosmic, reading the sky. Different directions, Same brilliant principle: to navigate the dark, find something constant to steer by. This reveals something profound about life itself. Darkness is not an unsolvable barrier. It's a challenge that evolution meets again and again with astonishing ingenuity, whether that means growing organs to sense electric fields 3 miles down, or learning to read the light of the galaxy from a patch of savanna dirt. Life finds a way to orient, to hold its course, to keep moving with purpose even when it cannot see. The dung beetle and the deep-sea hunter are cousins in that struggle, each a testament to how far a creature will reach, inward to the water's whispers or outward to the stars, to conquer the dark. Now the honest caveats, because the trench report keeps the science straight, to clarifications. First, the dung beetle uses the Milky Way to keep a straight heading as a directional compass, not as a map to navigate to a specific destination. It's holding a course, not plotting a route to a location. That's still an extraordinary ability. It just deserves to be described precisely. And second, dung beetles are a large and varied group of thousands of species, and not all of them roll balls or steer by starlight. Some tunnel, some simply dwell in the dung. The galaxy navigating rollers are one remarkable slice of a diverse family. And of course, this is a land insect, not a deep-sea creature. We've followed it here because it's the ultimate example of our recurring theme, navigation in darkness, not because it shares the ocean with our usual subjects. The connection is the challenge they both master, not the habitat. Here's where I'll leave you. On this channel, we usually descend into the darkness of the deep sea to find life's most ingenious solutions to a world without light. Today, we've followed that same thread to the surface, to a small beetle on a dark plain, and found perhaps the most breathtaking solution of all, a creature that answers the darkness by reading the light of the entire galaxy. It's a reminder that the challenge of finding one's way in the dark unites life across every environment, from the crushing black of the trenches to a moonlit field, and that evolution's answers to it are among the most wondrous things in all of nature. Whether a creature reaches inward to sense the faint signals around it, or outward to steer by 100 billion distant stars, the drive is the same: to keep moving with purpose through the dark. So tonight, if you find yourself under a clear sky and catch that faint band of the Milky Way, remember that a tiny beetle somewhere is using that very same light to find its way. From the depths of the ocean to the depths of space, life keeps discovering how to navigate the darkness. And that may be one of the most beautiful truths there is. We go where the light doesn't reach. Sometimes, it turns out, the light that guides us comes from the farthest place of all. If this one drew you in, the next report descends back into the deep to meet a creature that conquers the darkness in a way you have to see to believe. That video's on your screen right now, and the full series is linked in the description below. Subscribe to the Trench Report, where we explore how life masters the darkness every week. And tell me in the comments, which is more astonishing to you, a creature that navigates by electricity in the deep sea, or one that navigates by the galaxy on land? I genuinely can't decide. See you in the next report.